All right, welcome to another video. Today we're going to look at Palantir. It's down 73% from the highs from January, February of 2021. We're going to check out this stock. Keep in mind, none of these are recommendations to buy, sell, or trade anything. My own opinion. And if you want to grab my opinion, join the Discord channel, which you can see in the description, or from our newsletter list. You can check out the live chat. Lots of great stuff there on our websites. And you can go ahead and learn something as well. Anyway, we're going to look at Palantir here. Palantir does a lot of data analytics and so on. So if you really look at it, okay, let's analyze the car tires, how well they're doing, performing. There's a lot of other stuff way beyond my personal needs. A lot of smart people made this company. So as you get into it, though, from an investment standpoint, let's look at the buying and selling price action. That's really what I want to check out is like, hey, is it worth it on the buy side? What am I looking for? Does it really even make sense? It's kind of a new company, so it's hard to get some history. It's not like a Microsoft for you where there's a lot of buyers scattered at different points. Here, we kind of have like a $10 stock, and now all of a sudden it was up to like a huge expensive $40 stock. And now what do we do? So you do have this consolidation compression at around 20 to 30, this sideways action. There was some confluence that was beyond that level. And this is just, hey, it did line up. There was some outlier buyers and that kind of stuff. It's just like I always say, your friend meeting you for dinner at 7 o'clock instead of 6:30. So they're off by half hour. So the same thing here. There's a little bit of issues there. So anyway, as we look at it right here, here's your 30, here's your 20. The stock's really been just going sideways for a long time. As we break down here past the 20, the stock's been selling off in a big way and problems. And I'd say $10 is your critical level of support. Usually if a stock goes to $10 from a higher level, it can usually bounce from here. However, I would be careful on this bounce because if we bounce, you'll get that rejection or possible resistance at the 20. And that's a big problem, right? If you were looking and expecting that stock to go, you might get there and then you get a further sell-off again. So that's a good exit opportunity if you're like, crap, I need to get out of this stock. On the other hand, if you're buying it for the longer haul, just watch out for this 20 level. You could always buy it if it breaks again further and higher, because you could get a couple moments where it goes down and then it comes back and starts creating that kind of higher highs. But you do have to be careful with this 20. That's a critical level for new stocks right now. As you look for something like this, you're coming right back down. If it hits the 20, you could get a rejection very quickly. It's a new stock. There's not a lot of pricing behavior. So anyways, that's what I'm watching for on this 10 level. Here's the big problem. If the stock breaks below that 10, oh my goodness, this could be the problem, is that now you get this issue where here's another scenario. We go in here, we bounce, and we roll over right here on the halfway point, right? We get to about halfway, we roll back over, then it'll retest that level and go right there. So then you got resistance at that $10 level. And now this stock could be like a really, really cheap stock. And that's not something you'd want to see if you're like a long investor. So we've got kind of a couple of those scenarios, let me switch it here to yellow. So we got come here, bounce, right here could be a rejection, something like this. Maybe. So something like that to watch. Those are two scenarios that I would be careful about. Nevertheless, you got the 20 and the 10 as a key level. And depending on how you're positioning this thing, whether you want to be short on the short side or you want to be long and being a little more bullish, that's what I would watch for right now. Price action is weak. Overall, I would say this one is much more weak. It's not as strong. And I'd say leaning the tendency of more selling pressure because look, there's a lot of red there here on the weekly chart. You do also have earnings on 2/15. So there's something to watch out for. And if you just look at kind of the monthly problems, we've got 3 months in a row that are red. So the typical tendency is still going to be red for a little while. And I'd be a little more careful. Anyways, for the time being, it's weak. I'd be very cautious as this continues to trend and move. I'd watch that 10 level for a possible support or bounce. But if we bounce, that 20 could be a problem, or even that halfway level of about 15, and you could see rejection. But if you can power through it, then you'll be back in this sideways channel where you'll have to wait for a further breakthrough or move higher. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to check out some of the other videos I have on trading options on the Traders Fly channel. And definitely, if you're interested in working a little more together, you could grab a coaching session on the website as well, or join our Discord channel to request some of your own specific stocks that I'll review and give you my own personal insight, maybe get a second opinion on it, and give you a different perspective. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.